Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Peter, good morning. How are you today?
I am doing great, Carlos. What a time to be alive. It is just, I'm just happy today. Life is good. I got a great, busy weekend with all sorts of fun activities planned. I had, I'm going to do geeky stuff. I got a buddy coming over. We're going to watch some Babylon 5 episodes tonight.
Oh, man. Babylon 5 is amazing.
Well, that's what my buddy's been telling me for years. He says, you have to watch it, because he was aghast when I told him I'd never seen it.
You have to watch it.
How is that even possible? So, yeah. So, anyways, that's happening. But then I had another buddy text me and said, hey, the Tyson fight is on tonight. You want to come over? So we're gonna wander across the street to his house and watch this Tyson fight. Which, again, what craziness, man! Like, I don't understand what's going on in the world, right? We got Mike Tyson fighting. What is the guy's name? Jake Paul. So we got the old guy versus the YouTuber, and I can call him an old guy because Tyson is 4 years older than I am, and there is no way on God's green earth I am getting in a boxing ring. So I don't care that he's a former, like, he's old, and he's gonna fight a YouTuber. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think that the YouTuber's in for a rude awakening. I mean, he looks like a big guy, but it's different, man. Like, the boxers, they got freight trains for fists. Like, he's still, I know he's gonna have to kick the YouTuber's butt quickly because he's gonna get tired fast. Anyways, I don't know. Like, all I can say is, can you imagine? What boggles my mind is you can only imagine the amount of money they had to throw at these two guys to make it happen. Like, isn't it a lovely time to be Netflix, where you could just throw money at anybody? You throw money at what's the movie there? Red Notice, that they had like 6
it's like
A-list
20
actors.
Stars.
Yeah. They had all, and how much did they pay them? And it's a crappy movie, which is a shame because it had all sorts of opportunities.
Yeah,
there was a sequel too.
I mean, but is there? Oh, good Lord. Anyways, Netflix is just throwing money at all sorts of things. Anyways, you gotta love it. Is that how much they got paid? I had no idea. Paul's getting paid twice as much as Tyson, according to Chris Young. Paul's getting $40 million and Tyson's $20 million. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Well,
it's bad for him. No matter what, if he wins, it's bad. You beat up an old man. And if you lose, hey, you lost to an old man. Like, he has no win on this besides recognition of people that don't actually know him, right? That are hearing his name for the first time. So other than that, it's just bad for him. I don't it is what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, look, aside from that, it's still a great time to be alive. We got rockets going to space. We're looking at space phones. We're going to talk about that with earnings today. It's like we got rocket companies all over the place. I don't know. I'm feeling real chuffed today. So I think we're going to have a good day of it. We do have a ton of economic data. We got some earnings. Let's get busy.
Yep, absolutely, friends. A quick look at our gappers list before we dive into our U.S. economic calendar for today. We have a bunch of stuff on here, guys. Again, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, tickers are still in play, and they're going to be in play for a while. You can see all of them on here: MSTR, CleanSpark, Riot, Coin. I don't see Mara on here, but usually one that I keep an eye on. So you name it, they're going to be in play today. Going to be watching these for some days to come. I see GME's making its way over here. It is up, not much, 2.3. Volume is okay, so we'll see what's driving that this morning. And then gapping down, we got it's like the mischief of tickers here, because I don't know a lot of these, but they're all on here. We got Lunar, you got Rocket, RKLB here. I mean, there's a bunch. A lot of these do not trade well, so I'm not too excited about the gap down list. But let's see what we find. Let's see what we can look in here that we can trade today. Peter, first, let's look at our U.S. economic calendar for this Friday.
Yeah, we got a lot of like secondary stuff, right? No top tier announcements, I would say, but a bunch of secondary stuff happening. So Let's start with the stuff that's happening immediately. We had come out just a few moments ago, retail sales, both core and non-core. I'll focus on the core retail sales. The expected was a 0.3% growth. In previous month, we had a full 1% growth. This time it was only 0.1%. So a lot smaller growth on retail sales. So guys, what are you doing out there, Americans? Buy more stuff. Support the economy. I'm kidding. Buy whatever you want. I don't care. But anyways, retail sales are down. It's only at 0.1%. We had the import and export price index. It was expected to be sort of a negative 0.1 on both of those. And it actually came out much higher than expected. Pardon me, I'm spitting all over the place here. Oh, my God. Anyways, export price index came out at 0.8% growth and import at 0.3% growth. I'm so excited. I just can't keep it in. Oh, my God. And last but not least for this morning, we had the New York State Empire Manufacturing Index, and it was up significantly. We had an 11.9 point contraction last time. The expectation was pretty much dead even, or a 0.3% drop. Instead, it actually came out at a 31.2 point growth. So that is huge. I mean, all of this signals a little bullishness there overall in the market, except for the retail. Right at the tail end of that, they're not buying as much, but they're building more stuff, and so that's good news, I guess. We'll see how the markets like that. Often we get the market drop when you get bullish economic signals, and so far I'm actually seeing a slight drop in the market since 8:30, but not much. So we got a little bit later today. Really, it's going to be all about all of the people that are speaking. We've got Fed speakers galore. I don't know what the heck's going on, but they decided on this Friday they're all getting out there. I mean, we do have at 10 o'clock the business and retail inventories that are coming out. Oh, I spelled inventories wrong. Anyways, but then we got Fed speakers all over the place. 10:30, we got Collins doing a TV interview. 1:15, we've got Williams giving a speech. At 2:05, we got another one. At 3 o'clock, we got Barkin. They are all hitting the TV circuit and the speaking circuit. So I just ran out of room on my sheet. So again, unless they say something crazy, should be no market impact. We get to watch the stocks on this Friday, which is typically Fridays for like the last couple of months, pretty slow in the afternoon. So we might get a good half day of trading. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good all day, but I'm not counting on it. So we'll see what happens. We got some gappers though.
At the end of the day, it is Friday, and we know how Friday can sometimes be a little bit funky, right? So it's going to be interesting the weekend with all this crypto stuff as well, right? We've seen crypto be very active during the weekends only, but we've been getting a lot of action during the week. So let's see what this weekend is like. I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's take a quick look at our gappers list. We jump in here. The first one on deck, FCEL, will be the first one leading the gap up list today, up 18%. Fuel Cell Energy. We've seen this ticker many times in the past, and man, it is not a great intraday trading ticker. Has been in play over the last couple of days, actually since the election, obviously with energy stuff dropping quite a bit. You saw that there on the 5th, just took a nice little dive like many energy stocks did. So a little bit of a bounce back, but this bounce seems a bit on the higher side, Peter. Is anything driving Fuel Cell this morning? Seems a little bit aggressive
I don't know.
compared to the other energy stocks.
Yeah, I'm always suspicious. So a week ago, this one had a 1-for-30 reverse stock split. So I was trying to keep that in mind. Take the current price, divide it by 30. That would tell me that this is like a 25-cent stock. Really? Like, let's not get too excited. Yeah, I don't really see much news on it. They did have a restructuring that they had announced and a new contract. They've got a new contract with a company for some grid services that they're providing, but I don't think this is really going to be tradable. I'm actually surprised it even made our list today. But they do have 900,000 shares of volume. They are up 18%, but I don't have much faith it's going to be a fun trading stock.
Yep, same here. I'm gonna leave that to the side, man. Again, it is in play, no question. I just think we're gonna find better things to look at. Let's take a look at ZETA. So ZETA this morning we're up 15%, 1.4 million shares traded. Zeta Global Holdings. Man, big drop over the last couple of days. Look at this, going from 37, which is hanging out, not getting a lot of volume, not doing much, and then the sell-off just came in 33 to 28, 28 down to 17. Yesterday sold off again as it tried to get going. So a little bit of a pullback towards the upside today. Peter, I don't think we have talked about this throughout this week on what's dropping this, what's the news. What's going on with this one?
We have not talked about this because was it on our list before? I don't remember.
No, it has not been. No.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good then. It looks like they had earnings, which is why. No, did they have earnings? No, wait a second. Why am I looking at the Zeta and I'm getting a different company? I don't know what the heck's going on with this. Software holding company news. Anybody know? Help me out. I got nothing. I don't know what's happening with it. Sorry. Where's Carlos? Carlos is disgusted with me.
I'm
not
here.
Talking.
No. I ran from the room. Now I'm here. It looks like they got some loss of some contracts. Looks like from some firms, so that's not good when you lose contracts. But
Elia posted a headline here that says that they crash after accusations of revenue round tripping and improper use of consent farms. I'm not sure what to do with that. That looks like
round tripping. What is that? That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that's it. Usually when you like multiply your revenue by, customers promise to buy something and you book it as revenue when they haven't actually bought it yet, and then when it actually happens, you sometimes book it again. Yeah, there's weird stuff. Anyways, but if that's the news, that looks like that happened a couple of days ago, and we're just seeing a little bit of a dead cat bounce this morning. So, look, I thank you for that because I didn't see that. I didn't see that article. There was a research report that came out on them. A short seller called Culper Research issued a research report called "Shams, Scams, and Spam." So you know what they think of the company. So there you go. Yeah, I still don't think I'll be trading it.
Yeah, that's not good. Speaking of short sellers, man, I was watching a show, I think it was 2 weeks or so, or maybe 3. The Rise of Wall Street. It's a Netflix or Prime. I can't forget which one. But it's actually really cool. And going back to like the JP Morgan days, man, there was actual short selling of stocks like in newspapers. It was so funny. Like now people run a report, everything's online. But back then they were still doing this crap where people put negative outlook to drop the price of a stock. So really great show. It's a couple of episodes. So if you have the time, got nothing else to do, throw it on. It's nice to see how the stock market worked back then when it was a couple of guys, kind of running everything. Let's take a look here. Leonardo says that sounds end run like. Yeah, it really does. This does not sound good at all. All right, we'll skip it, guys. Obviously not a good one. AA is on here. Normally, AA is not a great intraday trading stock. I usually stay away from it. I don't like the way the price action is. They're up 7.2 today, 424,000 shares traded, but I am not a fan at all. So I'm going to skip on that one. Even when it's in play, I just don't like this stock one bit. Peter, anything on this one?
I'm busy looking up the show, The Rise of Wall Street. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
Very well rated. Why can't I find it here?
It's Titans, a lot of. It's really good, man. Yeah, it's really good. Like to see how what these guys who do, like JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch, and all these guys. It's exciting. It's nice.
Well, not available in Canada, so all right, that's too bad for me. Let's see what's
Miguel
happening
to help
with
you
Alcoa.
Out with that. Miguel can get you access. If
no, keep him away from me. I don't want your buddy Miguel anywhere near me or my accounts. But thanks, I appreciate the offer. Looks like let's see, Alcoa. Little bits of news here. It looks like they got some tax incentives out of China, so that's helping them. I'm surprised that China would give Alcoa some tax incentives, but there you go. Seems like there was a lot of options activity on Alcoa in the last couple of days. So maybe we got some just options expiry that's putting this on the list because I don't see any business news really that's moving it. So Did Jared talk about this? Hey, how about our people in the chat room? Jared talk about Alcoa this morning? I don't know. It's
I didn't
seems to
get
be
to log
moving.
in early
Looks like
today,
there's a
but I don't know
bunch
if
of.
Jared was on.
He
Since it was
was.
Friday, I'm not sure if he was on
He
today.
was.
He was? Okay. Yeah, I didn't log in early
He
enough
was
to see him.
there. Anyways,
Nice.
option is expiry. That could be what's moving it. So I don't, but because I don't really see any business news, like I said. Yeah, he had a special edition. He just he was bored, decided to join us.
Hey, that's always fun. All right, friends. So yeah, people are asking the name of the show. It's called Titans: The Rise of Wall Street Prime. It's on Prime, so it's going to be over on Amazon. But yeah, it's a really, really good show. All right, let's take a look here. Next one on deck again. Alcoa, I don't like it. I'm going to skip it. And next, let's talk about cryptocurrencies. MSTR is on this list next. I mean, they've been in play, a lot of volume. I prefer to trade something different, more like Coin and Mara. Those have been my go-to during this time. But again, you could pick your favorite. There's a ton on here, as we've been mentioning throughout the last week and a half or so. I don't think we have looked at cryptocurrencies as much as we have in the last 2 weeks in like the whole year. But yeah, they're in play today. Mara and Coin are gonna be on my list, but you could watch many. Peter, anything to add as far as cryptocurrencies?
Well, I mean, I am impressed at how Bitcoin has really held this $90,000 price point all week. And it hasn't moved much. It's sort of been between about 87,000 and 91,000 all week. So I'm thinking that we might have a good weekend looking forward here on Bitcoin. It's quieted down during the trading day. Earlier this week, we were seeing a lot of moves, surprising movement on a lot of the stocks that trade crypto or involved in crypto, like you said, like MicroStrategy or Mara or Coin. There was a new one, or at least new one to me, that a couple people started watching, which was this BTCT, which is this Chinese Bitcoin company called BTC Digital. And it's it's a crazy trader. Just be careful. It keeps getting BTCT. There you go. It moves, but I don't know. I find it very difficult to sort of figure out what it's going to do next. It doesn't seem to follow normal patterns. It gets halted in weird times occasionally. Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, Jordan Warner in our room here is saying that BTCT blew up his funded account because he was reckless with it. So there you go. There's he can serve as a warning to others. It's nuts, man. I would stay away from it personally. So anyways, but there's offerings out there, right? If you really want to play the crypto space, you can do it using equities nowadays, or of course you can go and buy some crypto directly if you want. But yeah, I think that whole sector is again, it looks like it's getting more fun. I like it.
Yeah, it's been very active. Mara and Coin are going to be on my list today. Good volume on both of them. They're both up exactly 2.4 this morning. So we'll see how it goes leading into this Friday. All right, so a lot of this stuff is crypto. I'm going to skip around a little bit. POTR is a fun one that people want like to watch. Today they're up 2.7, 1.8 million shares traded. It's a hit or miss on this one. I don't think there's any specific news today. It's just been moving around. I'm going to add it to my secondary, and we can always come back and see how that looks in a couple of minutes. And yeah, we'll stop here, man. That covers our gap up list for the most part. Go ahead.
If you're an AI developer, then you might be interested that Palantir launched their AIP platform for developers at the at DevCon. I love DevCon. It's such a there's a geek fest right there. DevCon, Developers Conference. But anyways, that's a good place to release it. So I mean, Palantir has been leading this space for a while. I mean, just look at their stock price, you can see that. And like we talked about I think it was last week. I'm a little skeptical with the long-term prospects of Palantir, only because so many of their executives look at the insider trading. There's been a lot of selling of shares from insiders, and maybe they're just taking advantage of the recent stock price increases. But I mean, billions of dollars worth of redemptions there on stock options. So I don't know if it means anything. I honestly don't, but it just seems interesting. So. But in the meantime,
yeah,
day trade it if you will.
Yeah, sure does. So I have here my secondary is one that many people do like to watch. All right, let's stop here, Peter. As far as gapping down, what do you like this morning, or maybe any earnings we haven't talked about yet?
We're on the gapper downers. All right.
Sorry,
Some
gap up,
earnings
gap up.
there on the. Okay. I didn't think we'd made it there yet. I thought I fell asleep for a second. The gap up. How about Bubba? Bubba, BABA had earnings this morning. Mixed picture on Bubba. They missed on revenue, beat on bottom line earnings. So they're moving up slightly this morning, up a little less than 1%. Good volume though, 3.3 million shares. So we've got. I feel like the some of the excitement that used to be in this when they had earnings and they had announcements has moved off a little bit. We haven't heard much from Jack Ma recently. I hope he's still alive out there. Remember when he was being hunted by the Chinese government? He seems to have made it through all of that. But anyways, as far as I know, he's still out there.
Yeah.
you never know. But anyways, yeah, Bubba does seem to be in play. There's a little movement out there, whether you follow that one or Billy, which had earnings earlier this week, or JD, or there's a bunch of them out there. But Bubba's the one that had earnings this morning. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Other than that, for gap up, I'm surprised to see SMCI gapping up, but it's not really gapping up. It's basically up by 4 cents. It's sitting right on its levels. I mean, as we know, very embattled. Yesterday was the first day it dipped below $20, and it seems to be holding here at 18. Didn't actually go that far yesterday, but yeah, we'll see what happens with this. I mean, they're still under threat of delisting. They still have not produced financials. So yeah, SMCI beleaguered, to say the least. Other than that, not much to talk about on the gap up list.
Yeah, there you have it. SMCI could be a good one, man. They've been so weak. Every time you think they're gonna get going here, they just head lower and lower. So it'll be interesting to see, are they gonna hold this recent low from yesterday down at 17.32 after they gap down. So let's see. I'm gonna be on my secondary. Volume looks good, and it's gapping down just slightly. I mean, it's sitting right on its previous day close, basically. Let's take a look at the next one on the first one. The gap down list is going to be ALHC. Ooh, that
November
is
26th.
so garbage. That is yeah, let's roll the truck on that. That is so bad. So it's got 3.5 million shares traded. It is down 14.6 this morning. It doesn't look good. I mean, this is not tradable. This shouldn't be here. It's just hitting all the numbers and making our list, but it really is not something I'll be watching at all. Peter, I'm not sure there's even any news worth watching on this, but this just got some volume this morning.
Yeah, no, I think the technical term for this stock is poo-poo. So we can move on.
Yeah, my daughter will agree. All right, let's take a look here. The next one is ASTS. Let's take a look. ASTS. Yeah, ASTS this morning. And they are down 11% right now. 1.1 million shares traded. I mean, we've seen this stock before. It's not one of my favorites to watch when it comes to intraday trading. Space Mobile. You spoke about this earlier, Peter. What's they're making space phones?
Exactly. They're going to make your phone connectable anyways through space satellites. Yeah, it seems like it's been a week for space earnings. We had Rocket Labs earlier. Obviously, we've got SpaceX. Everybody's watching, but not publicly traded. It seems like all of the space-related companies have earnings, and ASTS is the last of them. They actually had a bad quarter. They missed their numbers quite significantly, but let's just put a little asterisk on that. Keep in mind that we're talking about revenue that came in at 1.1 million when it was expected they would get 1.8 million, right? Like, so basically, who cares? They reported a loss of $1.10 a share, which is pretty significant because the expectations were that they were only going to lose 20 cents a share. Now that's a little bit bigger. I mean, they do have a much bigger float. So they had $1 million worth of revenue, right? But they lost 120 million. So in the quarter, or they spent 120. So, these guys are still pre-revenue essentially. So, which means their earnings don't matter too much. There's good news out there. They did announce that they have secured a contract with Blue Origin. So that would be Jeff Bezos' space penis. Rockets. Spacecraft, whatever. Anyways, they've announced a contract with Blue Origin to launch their satellites going forward. So that's good news that they've secured a ride into the upper atmosphere. So there you go.
Yeah, that is one of the ugliest design I ever seen. Like, your developers couldn't come up with, some engineers, whoever couldn't come up with a better drawing. I mean, they just saw a kid drawing something and said, "Oh, let's use that. Go ahead, let's make it just like that." I would have thought to say, you know what? Can we just maybe make the top a little more triangle? Can we do something different here? I don't know,
man. When
yeah,
you're a billionaire and you're making a point, you might as well just make the point, right? It's
well, he's not making a point. He's doing this round. Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Anyway,
there it is.
I didn't resist. All right, there you go.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Who could? Oh man, what's going on with this company overall, though? Have they done anything? Like, Elon is all over the place with everything. Are these guys, they're still in business? Like, are people going up there to travel? Or what's going on with them? Have you heard? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, look.
So,
no, they're still launching regularly. They're still sort of on schedule with their plans. I think they don't seem to be leveraging social media as much. We know that Elon's all over that, and SpaceX has been very sort of public, right? Because they televise all their launches. They're sort of leveraging the media, which is interesting, being that they are not publicly traded or available, and yet they're very public in how they're running their business. And Bezos is sort of going the other way, right, where he's not public about how he's running his business, but they're earning contracts, and they've got regular launches happening. So it's I don't know where all this is going to go. I mean, I hope I live through humans becoming a space, a multi-planetary species. If we actually get to space and start exploring and send people off to another star system, or actually send us off to another planet, I think that would be fantastic. I'd love it, but I'm not going. I just want to be clear, but I'd love to see it happen.
Agree, my friend. Agreed. All right, let's keep going down this list and see what other great things we can find. OKLO is on here. It is down 10%. It's 630,000 shares traded. What's in play yesterday? I think gapping up, not gapping down. But what's in play yesterday? Today, kind of losing it here a little bit. Yeah, we saw this yesterday, but the earnings was last night, looks like here. But we did have it on our list yesterday. So post earnings last night, they're reacting to it now. It looks like it's not great, Peter. They're heading down this morning.
Yeah, they did publish their third quarter financials. Remember, they jumped ahead when nuclear sort of jumped up, when AI said we need more power, and they said, okay, let's fire up some nuclear plants, and a bunch of companies in the space went a little crazy. That being said, they ran into some issues. Then quickly, the regulators are saying, well, we're not completely convinced we want to do this yet, right? And didn't approve all the proposals, including one from these guys at OKLO to authorize, I guess, their plans for more nuclear energy. That being said, they've made commitments to Amazon that they are going to be moving forward to provide power to their data centers. So we'll just have to see where all of this goes. Their earnings, anyways, they're not. Anyways, their earnings were fine. Not a lot of analysts are following this. It looks like I'm trying to get the details here, because of course the company, I've got the company report that of course says their earnings were fantastic. I don't know how it compares to analyst expectations. Presumably it compares unfavorably because the stock is down, but I don't know. The other piece of news, by the way, that I was just looking at a few minutes ago was that OKLO, is that how you actually say the company? OKLO? Anyways, they have made an offer to acquire a company called Atomic Alchemy. I love it. Anyways, they've proposed the acquisition, and usually the company doing the acquiring does see a drop. So it may be less due to earnings and more to their proposed acquisition here of Atomic Alchemy. Great company name, by the way. It's a, let's see. I don't see how much they've offered. So it might be, I assume that this other company is privately held because they haven't announced the price for that. So that's what I know about OKLO. Not trading it, by the way, to be clear. It was fun for like 3 days, and then
it fell apart here. I do have to say, I do like the daily, the way this is setting up right now. I mean, you see the support and resistance very clear on here. And we are trying to slam into support now. And if we don't hold here, this news is not taken well by the overall market at the market open, we might be able to see a decent drop here. I don't know. And this thing could move. You need to take a whole lot of shares. So for that reason, I kind of want to watch it. But I know that this stock is garbage, man. So secondary, let's see if my hopes here break out in any direction, but I highly, highly doubt it. It's just such a difficult stock at times. All right, so Applied Materials is down this morning.
Carlos, you don't want me to roll the truck?
No, we can roll the truck on this thing. You can still roll it. I have it on my gappers list, but my experience says roll the truck. Yeah, absolutely. So be careful on that one.
You're fighting your own instincts, are you?
All right. I am. Take a look here at AMAT, friends. AMAT Applied Materials down at 9%, 726,000 shares traded. Another very difficult stock to trade. I wish the stock would trade much better, but it really doesn't intraday. But today there's news, obviously, Peter, and we got a nice drop today with some volume. If it's going to trade well, today is the day for sure.
Yeah. So they had earnings after the close yesterday. You can see around 4 o'clock how they popped up, they dropped down, and then they just continued to slide off over the evening. Their earnings were fine. They had good earnings in the quarter. They delivered $2.32 a share on the bottom line against an estimate of $2.19, and their net sales were just over $7 billion at $7.05 billion when the consensus number was $6.97 billion. So they're good, right? They didn't blow the doors off of it, but they just beat their numbers. Really where it fell apart is on the outlook. The expectation, analysts had sort of pegged expectations for the next quarter at $7.25 billion, so $7.25 billion. The company said they think they're going to hit more like 6.75 billion, but they had a big range. They said 6.75 to 7.5 billion, so they've bracketed that expectation, but that puts the midpoint of that lower than the 7.25. So I think they're really just, this is expectations, right? If you're in this business right now and you're making AI chips, everybody expects you to have gangbuster earnings, and Applied Materials just has okay earnings, and that's not good enough. So not my favorite semi, as you guys know already, right? I mean, I always revert back to, these days I'm reverting back just to NVIDIA. I mean, AMD is still near and dear to me. I have not traded AMD in 2 weeks now. Like, I really haven't. It just is not trading as well as it used to. The range is a lot smaller. NVIDIA just is trading much better.
So you're ghosting AMD?
I'm ghosting. Well, I mean, I'm still returning its calls, but I'm always finding excuses not to go out. So I have to do my hair. So yeah.
There you go. But AMD looks good today. It's been dropping quite a bit. Right now, losing looks like an area of support that's trying to hold all November. We're losing that now, and that could be interesting, man. AMD might be the sleeper for today.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on my list.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it here for you, Peter. So,
thanks.
Yeah, I'll put it on here. All right, guys, take a look at the rest of the gappers list. I'm going to just stop here and hop down a little bit. We do have SMR down here. We do have mRNA, which we want to take a look at. So let's take a look here. SMR this morning. This is Nuke Scale. It's been heavily in play over the last 2 months or so. This morning, it's just barely gapping down. Not a whole lot of volume, so not looking good. And then mRNA, let's take a look at that one. This one today, It's down 2%, but I have not noticed the daily. I know we looked at it here when it gapped up, had a huge sell-off, right? But look what has happened since then. Is this thing just continues to drop? So I'm not sure what the intraday trading has been on it. Looks good. Yesterday I had a good drop there. That's nice. Man, mRNA is doing its thing. Not in a good way, but it's doing something here as it continues to drop down 2% again today. Not a whole lot of volume right now, but if you look at the daily, they've been getting higher than usual volume. So, Peter, I know that NVAX had news. When was it? A week ago or so? And maybe that could be driving some of mRNA as well. But mRNA looks like it's been trading better as far as the drop here.
Yeah. We've got some sector news, I would say. So for those of you in the U.S., I'm sure you remember Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's sort of the, can I call him the crazy Kennedy? I mean, he's the guy that had the brain worm, the little worm in his brain that died up there. Strangely, I'm not making that up. And who during his own campaign to be president at one point, he was proudly telling stories about killing bears and strapping whales to the roof of his car. And I don't know. He seems to be an avid hunter. He killed one of everything and did weird things. And his kids were even coming out with stories of how they were all traumatized about the things dad would kill and, make us cart home from vacation. So in any event, Trump has appointed him, it looks like, health secretary. He is he's known as an anti-vaxxer, and because of that, it seems like Pfizer and Moderna and a lot of these companies, of course, that make their money off of vaccines are getting a drop. So that's what that seems to be the industry news that's happening.
Yeah, there it is. mRNA, guys, looking interesting. I'm going to add this one to my secondary list. The fun might be over on this. I mean, we had a couple of really nice days where we had some good drops here. So we'll see what it does today. We'll keep a close eye on it. All right, Rocket Lab has been on our list also back and forth, gapped up pretty big on Wednesday, sold off yesterday and today, which is kind of selling off some more. 786,000 shares traded, down 2.1 this morning. Could be interesting as it continues to maybe close this gap from Wednesday's gap up that it did there. So could be some fun there. I'm going to put it on my list as well, Rocket Lab, and see where it goes. Normally, we don't trade this, but it is in play. I mean, look at the last couple of days. It's been trading really, really nice. Peter, what do you have on your end?
I've got the room going crazy with comments. I didn't make a comment on vaccines, by the way. I was just saying that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. seems a little bit, I mean, didn't he commune with a crow every morning? He meditated with a crow. Like it was offbeat. Is that better? Do you prefer that? Again, I have no idea what his positions are in things, but the news is just that apparently he's an anti-vaxxer and that's why the stocks are moving. So, but anyways, yeah, I'm not trying to make a political comment or statement whatsoever. Anyways, so my apologies for upsetting people. My goodness.
No, people look happy. Their faces are all happy here. So. All right.
We covered everything that I was looking at on the gap down list. The big ones I had were the ASTS and applied materials. We covered those already. This whole semi sector generally is down. Again, I already mentioned NVIDIA and AMD, my good friends, but they've had a couple of pretty depressed days actually. But sort of some fun trading. I mean, I had a great trade long on NVIDIA yesterday. Actually, a bunch of us in the room did, so that was nice. I really should have reversed it and taken it the other way because it went down as much as it went up. But in any event, I missed that opportunity. I think NVIDIA is going to continue to be in play, so there's some fun. And of course, I didn't mention this on the gap up list, but Tesla just continues to be fun times. Yesterday was another down day on Tesla. Today it's gapping up marginally, but again, it's moving. So that's all I care about. As long as the stock moves, it's it can present some fun. So Tesla is looking fun to me.
Yeah, I do like Tesla. I was looking at NVIDIA as well. Both of those are actually looking pretty nice. I know NVIDIA has not been easy to trade, but I'm going to add on my list too. Tesla, 5.2 million shares traded, up 1%. And if I look at NVIDIA, that also looks nice. It always has volume. It's stuck within this range. So it's been slightly more difficult to trade because you're not getting the breakout. But this range is still $149 to $145 on the low end. That's still a very nice distance there if you can get anywhere close to the top or to the bottom in the direction. So still providing a lot of good opportunities. I do like Nvidia this morning. Volume looks great on it right now. All right, let's stop right here, friends. Peter, yeah, go ahead.
What I hadn't looked at in a while was Netflix. I was just looking at Netflix based on a comment in our chat room, and oh my God, it's at all-time highs, and it's just been look how it's just been moving, nice and quiet, nice and slow. $10 a day, just moving higher. I mean, since the beginning of November, we've gone from $750 to $840. It's yeah, that's actually impressive. So
it's wild. It's just wild. I mean, look
it's
at the beginning of the year.
It's not a great stock to trade. Sorry to talk over you there. It's not a great stock to trade.
Yeah.
Like, I find it choppy in the way it moves intraday, but it certainly, if you're swing trading this or if you got it in a portfolio, you're pretty happy right now.
Yeah, you were not happy if you were holding at 600 and it dropped to 170 in a matter of like a few months or whatever, right? You were not happy with that, but man, if you held, this thing is just incredible year to date. All right, friends, let's stop here. Peter, aside from that, anything else you'd like on the gap down list? And if not, let's go over to the chat and see what else we got going on over here.
Nope, I think I mentioned them all.
All right, excellent. All right, let's take to the chat. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Oh man, we got some sensitive folks. Oh, okay, what's going on, guys? Come on.
Yeah, I told you.
Don't be so sensitive. Yeah, stop. And if you don't like what we're saying, you know what? I don't own the show, but there's other stuff out there you can look at. Relax. It's that simple. Don't be so sensitive, right? Let's relax with the politics. If you know Peter, you know he's an amazing guy. If you know me, I'm not an amazing guy, but we're easygoing. We're not gonna tell you what's right or what's wrong. Everything here is just easy, just easy, right? Just relax.
Easy.
All right,
easy, baby.
Let's look at tickers. Yeah, this is it, baby. That's easy. Hey, Peter, I'm gonna get my drink. What's my drink? Get your drink here. I'm gonna piss some more people off.
Yeah, you need
it.
You need a drink this morning.
Come on.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It's Friday.
Right.
Look,
let's look at tickers.
I got my whiskey shirt for Friday going on here. So
yeah, come on.
Just take it easy, baby.
Easy. That's it.
All right.
That's it. All right, let's look at tickers, friends. See what you guys like this morning. We have Nvidia, we have Tesla. I know those are two that you guys like a lot. Baba earnings. You know what? I forgot to add Baba to my list, and I will because I do like Baba. It is up slightly this morning. It has news on it, so that's why I'm going to be watching it. It is one of my favorite stocks when it comes to Chinese tickers to look at, but it hasn't been treating me well lately, man. It has not been easy to trade. At least in the intraday, it's been gapping down, right? And everything's been happening either before the market or after the market. But during the market, look how small these candles are, right? So we're not getting these big explosive moves during the market day, and that for me obviously not going to work too well. But yeah, Bob is on here. We're going to be watching that one. I like that one quite a bit. And the secondary for now, I might move it up and replace it with a Rocket Lab if Rocket Lab doesn't do anything great. Looking over in our YouTube chat, let's see what we got going on here. If I could get through all the some of the stuff here. SMCI, let's take a look at that one. I do have this one on a secondary. Today, I don't know, it might be just tired. Like, it's been dropping so much. The daily candles are getting smaller and smaller, so you might not get that explosive move anymore. We'll have to see what happens with SMCI. I have it here, but again, it's not looking all that great, but it is in play. Someone's long already SMCI. That's awesome. Good luck to you there. All right, with that said, friends, Tesla I do have, Paul, so thank you for that one. Trying to see anything else. I think we got pretty much everything covered. Sweet, man. Let's go to you.
PLTR,
let's go to what's happening for... Oh, yes. PLTR.
Well, people mentioned
November 26th?
People mentioned PLTR. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to mention, that date, because a couple of people in the room were pointing that out. It's making a rare move, right? It's moving from the New York Stock Exchange to the Nasdaq, well, which is good news, I think, for us, because I like the way things trade over on the Nasdaq better. So this could become even more fun come 2 weeks from now, I guess, when it makes that move over. So in the meantime, it'll keep being its old self. But yeah, this could get very fun when it moves over to the Nasdaq. So let's get ready for that.
Yeah,
I have to remember that on the 26th.
I don't think I ever seen a can recall a stock doing that move. It will be interesting to see if this thing is going to actually trade better than what it does now. It has its days where it does very well, but for me, it's a hit or miss more often than not. All right, let's get to next week's events, Peter. What's going on?
Oh, all right. So next week we do it all over again, and we're excited to do so. We start on Monday with our onboarding class. We have 2 different events for you on Mondays to get onboarded. So if you're just looking now and you're thinking, should I join? It's a great time to join, because then you can do all this stuff next week. Especially if you just join with one of our intro offers, well, then you can do the Monday classes, which start with our DAS session that happens at noon. That gets you introduced to the platform, helps you configure it, and get maximum value out of it. And then at 8 o'clock at night, Carlos does the onboarding class, where we give an introduction to new members. We sort of give you sort of the intro to trading, the trading 101, so to speak, and help you get up to speed, know how you can take advantage of your Bearable Trading membership. And we of course, talk trading and strategy and how to approach the market. So all that happens on Mondays. Tuesdays, we do our strategy and trade book sessions. We had a great one this week, and we got another good one coming next week. Now, next week, so on Tuesday, it's early. It's during market hours. It's at 11 a.m. because Avi, he's normally asleep. He should be asleep anyways by the time the regular 8 p.m. time comes around, because he's coming to us live from Dubai. That being said, he was on at the close, couldn't sleep one night, and he was on at like 1 a.m. with us into the close. So hopefully he's getting Avi. Hopefully you got some sleep after that. But anyways, his strategy session's coming up on Tuesday at 11 a.m. It's going to talk about the little secret about trading naked. If you're intrigued by the title, I'm going to say no more. You can join or see more details on the Bearable Trading website. The week after, Eamon is going to take over. His is also at a different time. He's coming to us live from Russia, and Eamon's got his class at 5 p.m. Eastern. He's going to talk about trend trading, how to use multiple time frames. So those are our next 2 sessions, 11 o'clock next week, 5 o'clock the week after. Wednesdays, we have our psychology series, and Randy Howell's doing next week's session. It's going to talk about how winning can be dangerous because often we don't psychologically manage it well. So he's going to talk about how you can fix that, or at least some tips. Oh my God, I'm tripping over my words. Some tips to manage it. That'll be at 8 o'clock next Wednesday. We also on Wednesdays have our book map session. That's with Nathan at noon in the webinar room. So if you want to know how to use Bookmap, or you just want to know what it is, join him every Wednesday. Thursdays, we do our mentorship sessions like we did yesterday. We had great attendance at all of them. Once again, next week, we'll do them starting at 11 a.m. with John. Jared and Megan do their options session at 2. Lenny does his session at 4. And, of course, Thor has his mentorship session at 8 p.m. in the evening. I jumped into all of them briefly, and they all were going very well. So it's a great opportunity to get sort of, focused mentorship, get your questions answered. So, yeah, keep those in mind for Thursdays. If you want to join us at the Bearable Trading Room, you can do so with a number of different membership options. Your best deal, of course, is the Diamond Elite. That gives you everything in the Elite Annual, access to all of our material at the Bearable community, the chat room, of course, as well as a 3-month DAS simulator and a $50,000 funded trading account, where if you follow the rules and can make money in it, we'll pay you that money. So that's pretty cool. Check out the rules on that and take advantage of that Diamond membership. It's a great deal. So, and yes, pop words are very difficult for me at times. Trip over them regularly. If you want information on the markets, tradingterminal.com is the place to go. You can get news, you can get insider information. The calendar of events, of course, is there, and it's all there. Check it out. I use the scanners in the morning to see what's moving, and I use them during the day just to see what pops up, right? We got some configured right out of the box, by the way, on the scanners. When you click on that, it'll give you high of day breaks. It can give you turbo break up and turbo break down, give you all sorts of different things. So it's a great little tool. And if you want to create your own, you can actually create your own scanners. It's very configurable. You can create a whole bunch of them, set up a little widgets. Carlos has got like a full screen set up that makes sense for him, that, it calls up all sorts of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Check it out at tradingterminal.com. All right, let's set some levels. We're about 10 minutes until the open here. So we'll set some levels. I'll let you know what our moderators are looking at. And then we're going live to trade this Friday.
All right, absolutely. Thank you, Peter. We're going to make some quick changes here so we can make this as quick as possible. I'm going to remove Mara from my list. I'm just going to keep coin, but I'll be looking at, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep Mara, going to put coin on my secondary list. Rocket Lab, I don't know. I'm going to move this down, RKLB, and then I'm going to watch instead Baba. I think Baba will be a little bit more interesting, but I do like Rocket Lab. We just have to wait and see on that one. All right, let's get to some levels, guys. Mara, we've been watching this last 2 weeks. Levels are easy on this one. You're slamming into the low from yesterday right over here on the daily. The low of the pre-markets at the previous day closed. And if you zoom out, you have all the levels done for you. Highs and lows of the last 2 trading days doing a pretty good job, especially towards the top. Towards the bottom, we're just going to mark down 1917. It looks to be a good area. So in case we do drop any further below the previous day close, that's an area that we can look forward to. I have AMD on my list today, making a new low right now, down 1.4. Volume is starting to come in. So again, new low at the pre-market just a couple of minutes ago at 136.80. Towards the top, you have all the levels you need. Highs and lows doing a really good job. Let's just pick some levels towards the bottom in case we do decide to test the supports from September or even August. I mean, look at August. We did drop quite a bit. 135.08. 132, and then we're also going to mark down 129, 128.92. So I don't think it can drop that much, but we'll be ready for AMD. I think today could be their day, man. It could be our sleeper for today, Peter. We'll keep an eye on AMD and see what it does. Baba this morning, nice, beautiful range. 95.64 is the high of the pre-market. The low is all the way down at 88.65. I am hoping today they can trade very, very well. So highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a pretty good job. I want some levels towards the bottom in case we do continue to drop here. We were up pretty good, 95 up $5 from the previous day close. Have given all that back in the pre-market. Now we're down to we're red. We're going to the red at 90.40. So level here 88.69, 87.44 are 2 good ones for us on Baba, and I do love the volume we're getting there right now. Next is Tesla. So if I take a look at Tesla here this morning, towards the top, guys, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Amazing job there. We are pretty much flat, have hung out on the red side of things for majority of this pre-market. Lately, we just kind of back and forth between the previous day close. 302.70 is the low of the pre-market. And then towards the bottom, we do have 288.36, a good level there as well. I think once you do that, you're set on Tesla. Love the volume. We're getting great volume on that stock. Nvidia looks very good today, guys. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days been stuck at 149 and what seems to be the support at 146. So we got the ping pong action back and forth here, but now we're dropping low of the pre-market 145.02 towards the bottom. Great levels at 143.60, and then one more just in case it's Friday sell-off here. I don't think 138 is going to happen, but that's where we have the support 138.51 on Nvidia. There you have it, friends. I love this list. Let's take a look at what our moderators are watching. I see Andrew's ready to rock and roll. His camera is on. What is the team watching, Peter? And we'll go to Andrew and Brian for live trading. Peter, you're on mute.
I am on mute and talking to myself. God, it's a Friday. Can you tell? All right. Yes, our moderators, so many of them are in with their list. We can get going. Eamon's just watching the scanners. He's going to pick up what he thinks is best, but nothing specific so far this morning. Jared's watching OKLO, Tesla, MSTR, and he's adding MNMD. Okay, interesting. Something new there. Thor's watching the indices overall, Amazon, Google, and his scanners this morning. A lot of scanner watching going on. Mike's going to be watching Tesla and Coin. Avi's watching the Magnificent 8. He's adding 1 to the Magnificent 7. I like it. Andrew's going to be watching OKLO, MSTR, Tesla, NVIDIA, and PLTR. He's in with his list early on there. Phil's going to be watching NVIDIA, PLTR, and Tesla. Lenny's in with Tesla, NVIDIA, and OKLO. Brian taking a look at OKLO and NVIDIA, maybe, or he's watching NVAD. I don't know what the heck that is, but I assume he means NVIDIA, and we got some dyslexia going on. AMD, Tesla, and Amazon. And I'm going to be watching AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, PLTR, and Bubba. Our space theme continues today, as I do have actually one SPAC to watch, and it's a company called, HSPTU. So I'll let you know when that thing opens. It's Horizon Space acquisitions. So yeah, it seems like we're on a space theme this week. But anyways, I'll let you know if and when that opens. I don't know if it's going to be any fun, but I hope it might be. And we're going to trade live. We are now 5 minutes to the open. There's my alarm telling me we're 5 minutes to the open. So we got Andrew in the wings, waiting eagerly to talk to everybody. Brian's out there as well. Gentlemen, I hope your morning is going well. How's this Friday treating you?
Good morning. Good for 6:30 in the morning. Good as it could be.
There you go. You know what I watched yesterday, Andrew? You're on mute, Andrew. I can't hear you. Yeah, I see his lips moving.
That's interesting.
I watched like it's almost like a full-length feature film of Andrew's tattoo being made. That was pretty cool. I was
I saw that.
on
That's
Instagram.
cool. Yeah,
He had like high production value on
yeah.
that. He was it was like a whole thing. It came up. I'm like, who is it? Wait, I know that guy. I recognize that hairy chest anywhere. Oh,
yikes!
Fritz, you don't have me.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you now.
Yeah. All right, so guys, how are you guys doing? Well, thank you so much, Peter and Carlos. Brian,
And your
let's
hairy
get
chest.
live trading.
That comment's gonna stick with you now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to be focused on that all morning now.
There you go, Andrew. I said it when I was watching that video of you getting your tattoo. It was great production value, and I didn't realize it was you at first. And then I said, "Geez, I recognize that hairy chest. I'd know it anywhere." So
I know, yeah. It's the tattoo artist. He wanted to do that, and he had another Mexican artist to constantly video us. I didn't know it's going to be something like this. Otherwise, I would have shed my chest. I know it was kind of disappointing, but you know, men should have hair, man. Lion, have you looked at the?
That's all good. Absolutely.
Hair, man. You gotta have the hair. You gotta grow it. You gotta. That's how the real men is.
As long as it's not on your back. As long as it's not on your back, I think it's okay.
Well, then,
yeah, that's the way.
All right, I gotta go. See you guys.
Okay.
Have a good open.
Guys.
Trade smart, everybody.
Enough hair.
Thanks,
talk.
man. Thanks, Peter, for the comments from the man who doesn't have any hair himself.
Yeah, exactly. Glad you said it, not me. I think he wears it proudly, though.
All right, so Applied Material is dropping like a boss. This one had earning, I think, huh?
Yes.
Applied Material is probably the most stock in play that you can imagine. Netflix is nothing. Okelo is our buddy Sam Altman company, huh? For
Yeah, it's got to be something negative happen because it seems to be a little bit weak. So the markets have been selling off since about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and Q's are back almost with the election. That's very interesting.
Yeah. The only index in the green right now are the small caps, just fractionally in the green. Gold and silver up a little bit. Bond prices down a bit. Nothing to write home about there. BABA went from green to red. So Tesla's got a whole bunch of orders down at 300. Will it? It's got to get through yesterday's low, which is just right near where we're trading now. It's still looking pretty weak. 310 would be roughly a break of 310 would be possible.
PLTR is also interesting.
Yeah, PLTR is still strong. Oh, Amazon's really getting rolling over here. It's down at S4. So the problem with a lot of these stocks is they're already quite extended from their moving averages in the pre-market. So AMD's got a big order down at 135. Oh, I should share my screen. Sorry, guys.
Disney didn't really pop up much.
There we go.
Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see where the volume is. NVIDIA, as usual, have significant amount of volume. Applied material. Let's see. Applied material. How's the volume on that? That's super exciting. Yeah, on the daily charts, is gapping down. There's one level here at NVIDIA 145-ish, 144.37. Light material.
If you're trading options, daily options today, just be aware that this is the zero DTE day on a lot of these stock options weeklies. So
Zeta is selling off. Wow. What's Zeta?
Yeah, I'm short at AMD. Looks like it's breaking down here, 136.50. AMD can be pretty choppy at the open. So
that's like 1 minute engulfing.
And NVIDIA sold off to S4.
It's kind of flat, but it looks like an engulfing. So that's interesting. I should have jumped into Tesla. Tesla turned out to be a super nice squeeze. I was thinking of jumping into Tesla. Wow, look at this candle. It's super nice. Let's see if we can get a pullback on it.
Be careful.
Right, I'm going to jump in on Tesla, 313, 314. Adding more and a little bit on Tesla. Let's see. Goes up to 315. That was a very nice 1 minute candlestick. Let's see if we can go through R3. Daily charts. Yeah, this should I got a partial fill. This 1 minute candlestick is super nice, and I saw that. The only reason that I didn't take it earlier is because it kind of was flat, but now it turned out to be a nice candlestick. Let's see if you can pop above R3 at 315.16. I have a big size on it.
Covered some AMD at 136.11 just in case it's not going to drop here.
Beauty. Life is beautiful now. Let's see if you can get one more to 316. I haven't partialed yet. Applied material wants to go higher, huh? I don't like the order flow.
Oh, damn. OKLO is a good short. Dagnammit. Here we go. There we go. AMD, yes. I'll going to cover some more. 135, 80, 90. Here we go.
Come on. 16. PLTR. Wow, PLTR is super strong. Wow.
Not surprising.
Partialing Tesla PLTR is also super amazing.
Just crazy, eh?
Wow, PLTR is crazy. I'm just looking for a pullback on PLTR. PLTR wants to go probably for another all-time high. Yeah, all-time high is at 40, yeah. Did anyone got to PLTR? PLTR is super nice. Look at that bullish move.
I think it's going through 163 probably.
All right, so I'm pretty good on Tesla. Let's sell a little bit more, make more money on it. I still have orders open on. Right, let me cancel these orders.
Here we go with AMD.
Semis are weak, huh?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
It's funny how the money is just rotating back and forth and back and forth. I mean, one day it's strong. Yes, yesterday it was strong. Today it's like weak.
Absolutely, yeah.
PLTR is going down, I think 63. I'm long for this move through 63.
Waiting for a pullback on PLTR. PLTR is nice.
Yes. Yeah, there we go. Blow through it, baby. Yeah. Just sold.
Be careful, guys. Extend it a little bit. Yeah, be careful, guys.
NVIDIA dropping hard here. Yeah, Amazon dropping hard. Qs and SPY all dropping. Okay, I'm out of PLTR. Nice move.
Yeah, I want to jump into PLTR, but I'm just looking for a pullback. User is super weak. NVIDIA is dropping. NVIDIA is most likely going to go down to around 140. Is that the level just before the election? And then moving average on the daily chart. Moderna is down. See, after the election, this one dropped really bad.
I think it's all the vaccine stocks got hit yesterday after.
Yeah, Pfizer. I mean, Moderna after the election, after November 6th, also is coming down. Yeah, same as Pfizer. Pfizer also going down since election from 28 to now to 4. But Moderna seems like it's super bad, more than anyone else. All right, Tesla is pulling back. Looking forward to see if I get to stop that or not. PLT are also pulling back. Let's see where we end up with these two. Baba is down 87, huh? All right, so Tesla is back to my break-even point. I need to get out of it. This is a huge drop. NVDA. Oh, no. Tesla don't drop. Oh, shit, I haven't got back at the Tesla yet. No, Tesla.
Okay, that's what I was worried about with Tesla. It just feels pops are getting sold. I covered more AMD.
Yeah,
I'm almost out.
I got out of most of my Tesla, guys. I mean, I got out all of my Tesla. I give most of the profit back on Tesla, unfortunately. Yeah, stupid.
AMD may bounce up a bit here. NVIDIA already has.
It's a potential short now on it. Huh? What do you think, Brian? Yeah, I'm shorting Tesla.
I think it's. I'd wait for it to break a range. It's still trading. Anyway, that's my opinion.
What's your opinion?
It's trading. It's back trading where we spent most of the pre-market. So there's obviously support there. And it's at PDC and okay. All right. Good luck with that. I hope it works out for you.
It's becoming like a 5-minute engulfing, so I'm short on it. Let's see. There you go.
No, it might. If it breaks, it's still green. If it breaks PDC, it could really drop hard.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and see if it drops PDC too or not. PLTR potential, another long on it. I'm also keep an eye on PLTR, but let's see if this freaking Tesla.
PLTR is rated R4.
Tesla. Yeah, I'm partialing some on Tesla, not a lot, but let's see.
Yeah, it's an R. Yeah, Thor thinks it's a short all day. So there you go. He's gonna, Thor. He took a reversal at R3, and now he's looking for S3.
All right. So if yeah, 5 minute becoming like an engulfing. Let's see if it breaks the low of the day. If Thor says it's a short, it's a short. Nobody mess around with the.
Don't mess around with Thor.
Don't mess around with Thor. Okay, I'm partialing, guys. More. My average on short is 312.27. I'm partialing out at 309. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, that was nice. That was, what is this? What is that round tree pop and drop? That was very interesting.
It did that. I think it did that yesterday.
Yeah, and now see how it's bouncing back. It's just a nightmare. TLTR is interesting. Pop. Come on. Look at this bounce back. Come on. Tesla. Okay, I'm getting out of Tesla short, guys. Let's just look at this price action. I'm all out of Tesla, guys, both long and short. So I made money on both of them, but not as much as I was hoping. I'm long TLTR for see another pop of half a day at 63. Let's see if PLTR can go pop back up. All right, nice. Go PLTR. Go. PLTR, YouTube folks, how are you doing, guys? Anyone in PLTR with me?
Went back through 63.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can hold this. Popped up, but it doesn't seem that it wants to. PLTR, don't do this to us. Rejected.
Okay, I'm short Tesla. I'm short Tesla at 314.30. I'm just gonna get a short rated R3. Yeah, I think it's gonna drop again. We'll see. But if it doesn't,
oh shit! Oh, what the hell is that on PLTR?
That big,
I'm adding a little more on PLTR. We have some funky price action going on at 63.
Funky.
25. Very funky.
AMD's, what did I tell you, was going to bounce? And it didn't take it long, though. I should have.
Come on, BLTR. One more pop. I kind of have a big size on it, and this price action is kind of weird on PLTR. Anxiety to the roof. I knew it's gonna be a bastard. Oh no. Why is it trading like this? Has it always been like this?
PLTR, I have found it is kind of difficult to trade.
Now it's definitely very like order flow is not uniform and unique. It's definitely like if you see it time and sales, it's like comes in waves and stuff. So it's not definitely not a unique, not a great. It's near all-time high. The pattern is most likely gonna get a stopped out on it. Give me a break even, I get out of it. Just give me a break even. I swear
it's going to cover 313.
On what?
Tesla.
You're still short in Tesla?
Yeah, I shorted at 314.20.
What's up, Pete? FNB.
Bouncing off the VWAP right now.
It's Tesla is a nightmare. 5 minutes. It was a nice pop at the open. It was nice short, but it's just quite a nightmare right now. All right, so this is my chance to get out of PLTR. The universe is giving me a chance to get out of the break-even. It wants to see I'm the same degen or not. Chance to get out of it at the break-even.
Tesla, this is where you lose the VWAP and go back to PDC.
Another chance. Universe is giving me yet another chance to get out of this trade because my average is at 63.06. Okay. One more chance, please. Get out of it. So start partialing out. The universe is giving me the chance. I'm out of it. I have a big size on it, so universe gave me a chance to get out. Legion. Tesla wants to go back up, huh?
It's stuck in a range here right now. I'm very got my finger on the trigger here if we start to break through this.
Yeah, I'm long Tesla. I'm getting along with Tesla.
I'm out of it. Yeah, I'm out of it.
A little bit more on Tesla. All right, let's squeeze Brian. So, I'm long Tesla, 314, add more than 316. Let's
should we sell
squeeze?
Should we sell some 320 calls? No, I'm out of it.
No, I'm not setting calls on that. No, please. Oh, this is a beast, man. If we can sell 320 calls, then maybe I protect them myself this time. Maybe I buy some 325 calls or something like that to manage the risk. Like that. Dude, I don't want to do the naked again. I'm naked now, but I don't want to do naked. All right, so guys, this Tesla is. I'm adding a little bit more on Tesla. Let's see if we can get to 320. I love these explosive moves on Tesla.
Big.
All right, Tesla guys. Tesla. Now we're so back on Tesla. Jared is long. How come Jared is always in all the trades? How come Jared, you are in every trade you are in there? Are you real?
He's our second AI man.
Second AI. All right, so guys, I'm long Tesla, very big size. I shouldn't be that big, so let's partial a little bit. My average is 315.95. Let's get to 320, I think. Jared, what do you think? Jared Almighty, we get to 320?
You know, it's funny. I turned on CNBC this morning, and they keep having Kathy Wood on. It just kind of surprises me.
They should.
She's still good well, ARK's actually done fairly well in the last couple of.
What do you want?
But you know, they keep pointing out year to date she's still down. She's still trailing the market. So. By a lot.
Well, here's the thing about ARK. This is the problem. ARK is just a perfect example of not being diversified. And that's what happens when you're not diversified. This is just, this is, I'm on a weekly chart on ARK. When you go all in into one sector, that's what happens. Like, look at 2020. She was a rock star of Wall Street look at this.
Yeah.
And then in 2023, she was the joke of Wall Street because, it's not her fault. It's the mandate of her fund is to go into these certain companies. And that's what happens. You get into the cycle. But it's funny, she's doing right for her fund. But the people who buy these are stupid, in my opinion. They gotta laugh at the people. They still has very positive capital inflow going into our funds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to be super religious about this PLTR, man, this PLTR, I hope that PLTR dies on the way up. Diversification. It's very important. All right, PLTR just stopped me out. I have not lost on it, but that's okay because we have Tesla. New sheriff in town.
New sheriff.
New sheriff in town. Tesla is going up.
Let's see what else have we got here to trade. Amazon kind of bounced back nicely. Wow, AMD bounced back nicely. I should have traded. I should have gone long AMD. Like I said, it was going to bounce. I don't know why.
What's Amazon doing?
Amazon bounced back. It bounced back right off our S6.
Why is gapping down Amazon? You know,
I don't know. It's had a big run up. Had a huge run up. I think, and yeah, you wonder because retail sales numbers came out today. Consumer still spending like crazy. October numbers were good. They revised September numbers up. People still racking up those credit card debts.
How do they know? Do they have access to all of our credit card debts and stuff?
They have access to transactions, I think.
All right, I'm adding a little bit more on Tesla, guys, at 319. My average is now 316.50. Let's see if we can actually pop up to 320.
Amazon could be
a chart we have.
Could be a 920 on Amazon.
20, nice. ELTR is very funky. I don't like ELTR at R4 right now.
You short Amazon at 206.50. 206.50. Amazon. I'm trading a 920 here. It's coming down. Here we go.
NVIDIA is trying to come back up. I don't trust NVIDIA now.
Let's see, get back to 206. Come on down, 206.
Fuel cell is popping up very nicely. Yeah, fuel cell also got destroyed after the election. Look at that. From $10 went all the way up to $5. Got half of its value. What about Plug? It's another big hydrogen company.
Okay, I'm going to covering some Amazon. 206.09. Let's hang in there. Let's see what it does. And my stop will be back above 206.60. Look at that. Beautiful 920. Oh, there you go. Just covering some more. 206.
Amazon short. What are you doing shorting Amazon?
920, baby.
920, yeah, very nice. 206.50, Brian, shorting Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm still long Tesla. I want to see some weird price action up there, but my average on Tesla is 316.50, so I have some chance to survive this funky price action. But
here we go. I'm going to cover some more here. 206.70. And we'll wait for 205, see if we get to 205. Classic example of the 920 trade.
Mr. Pezim and his 920. You're in my new book, Mr. Pezim, a lot. I talk about you a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you want me to send you a picture too? You could get pictures from me.
No. I'm good with pictures.
Yeah.
Tesla, all eye on the Tesla. See if it's stopping me out or not. Come on, Tesla.
Patience, Richard Parker.
Patience. What else want to do? Baba, it's down 3%. I know Dr. Michael Berry has a lot of Baba. He's getting.
Yeah. I'm just kind of surprised.
A Chinese company, they should come back because the Chinese economy is slowly coming back. But the Wall Street is always weird.
There's a lot of political risk. There's political risk everywhere, but China especially right now.
What kind of political risk? I thought that China.
Well, Kyle Bass still thinks that a lot of people still think that they're going to invade Taiwan. I'm going to cover the rest of this. I'm kind of getting a little bit concerned. There's a lot of people front running this 205 on Amazon.
China come back? No, China, they had a lot of issues with the recovery of the pandemic. And then there's a lot of stimulants that are coming out of the government, just injecting money really hard into all the sectors. I don't think it has anything with the elections. Just
no.
Their economy is super sluggish. Their targets are also super high. Like they want to grow their economy like 6% a year. So it's kind of very ambitious too. The Communist Party. Like I was in China 2 weeks ago. I was in this village in Tibet. That village was all construction. I was thinking of if I remove all these new buildings there was a huge, what they were trying to do, like as big as Las Vegas Boulevard. They were just building, and I was thinking of if they were not building this, they all started probably last year or so. There was nothing before. Like there was a bunch of old Tibetan village houses. They just keep building, and I don't know for who. Like there's nobody there. Nobody lives. There's nothing to do here. Why are you building? Also, they had this one-child policy that bite them down. Now their population also is not growing as fast as they want. Now they pay you to have children. Come on, have more.
Yeah. Okay, here we go with Amazon. Eating through all those front-run orders. There we go. Come on. Eamon, what is Eamon trading? Oh, Disney's going out.
Right now. Eamon is either doing a massage or giving a massage, or getting a massage. He's open the spy. I don't even see him in the chat room anymore. Just these beautiful Russian girls are massaging him.
Yeah, I guess, eh? That Eamon's got it. He was going to be a doctor, but then he wants to open a massage parlor.
Yeah, I think the salaries of the medical doctor are super low in. It's not like US or some part of the world. It's super low because I think it's kind of a government healthcare system. I think that's like $1,000, $2,000 a month. I think Eamon is making it.
See, it's like Cuba. They don't pay their doctors much more than anybody. Everyone makes the same amount of money. Cuba, I don't think it's the same we were trying to figure out what happy ending is in Russian. We figured that was the name of his business.
He said that's not the kind of places. I asked him. He said, "No, this is not the kind of sport." He said, "Not yet." All right. Tesla. Fuck, this Tesla wants to break up. Why the concept?
Oh, there we go. Here. There we go. There's Amazon broke 205. Yeah, baby. Anyone take that 920 trade with me? It was just a perfect setup. Got to put that in the BBT replay.
I'm adding a little bit more on Tesla, and look at this Tesla beautiful bounce on the daily moving average. You see that area? Do you see that bounce came up from 209? Now that I'm looking at it, the daily chart is perfect. 9 moving average on a daily chart. All right, let's see if Tesla can pop above 320. If Tesla pops up above 320, I'm dying a rich man. My average is not great, so I'm gonna get stopped out. The consolidation, don't know why it's being consolidated here. Usually the consolidations are a very good place to, the shift of balance of power between buyers and sellers, and then that's where the ABCD pattern or bull flag forms. So now we had this massive run up, and now we're consolidating. So, and a lot of consolidations are actually becoming like a wedge in one way or the other. And then as soon as, this, consolidation gets into a small range, eventually break out. And the breakout happens when one group have to surrender. If you are long and then it breaks down with volume, then you have to get a stopped out. That's why the volume picks up and then goes up. And if you're short here and then it goes up with volume and then the battle is lost, then all the shorts have to cover. So the short squeeze happens. So we're going to see you're exactly in that environment. Not always they're tradable, but Tesla turned out to be super volatile today, even though it's within a range. Wow. But
Q's and SPY taking another leg here, taking another leg lower.
Yeah, IWM isn't selling as much. It's interesting.
It was green at the open. Now it's red. It's actually down 0.75% now.
Yeah, but it's not as much as Q's or SPY, which is interesting because usually it's more beta. Yes. No, Royal. I don't look at the level 2 every time that I make a trade. I just sometimes for the breakouts I'm looking at it. Bookmap gives you a better understanding of the price action level over the longer term period. But even Bookmap again, like Thor is using Bookmap and he said Tesla is going to sell all day, and as you see, it didn't. Even Bookmap is not religious, like it's not something that 100%. So these are all tools that at your they're all indicators. They're giving you something, and then you have to put everything together. The job of a trader, put all these indicators all next to each other, and then make a informed decision based on that. Algos are also doing that. That's why the algo trading is hard, because you have to have a lot of data, a lot of indicators analyzing at the same time, and make a informed decision. The human brain analyzes them much faster and quicker. So the Bookmap seems balanced. So at this stage, I just look at the chart pattern. If you want to learn about the order flow, you can also look at the order flow. For me, it's chart pattern now. For me, is also, I don't know. It's like a coin toss. If it wants to pop up or not. If my average was at 315, I would have a better time. But now that my average is closer to the price, I'm most likely gonna get stopped out here. I don't know. I mean, this is the soundbite talk that nobody knows. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. You just have to see. Eventually, one group is running out of bullets.
Yeah, just a matter of which one. It does look, there is an order there at 320. It's not very big.
Yeah, certainty, guys, doesn't exist in trading. So if you want to really be certain, you're never going to be certain. But your job is to make sure that managing your risk really well. Like entering Tesla right now is super tricky, but my average is kind of, lower in these moving averages, I'm most likely going to get stopped out. I think it's having really trouble going up. So the risk management is super important, not chasing. Why chasing is bad when you know it's obviously going up? It's just because the risk management is very difficult when you're entering something on the top. Yeah, it looks like Tesla today. Most likely I'm going to get stopped out on it. NVIDIA rejected the VWAP as well. NVIDIA earnings next week, huh? November 20th,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be funny. Oh, there you go. Tesla is going up. It's the new sheriff in town. Go, go, go. Oh, no. Tesla.
There we go. There's more volume showing up.
Yes, Tesla. Must be some big ask sitting at 320, huh? 320 is if it was 420, would have been a nicer number.
Not huge. I wouldn't say there's huge volume in comparison to what we normally see.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm expecting a huge ask on that Tesla. If I don't see a huge ask, it's usually not a good sign, because if it's a big ask, that means that really it's a very much bullish signal. There you go. So we did pop above 320. So I'm partialing a little bit here. Nice. 320, 50. Okay, perfect. Nice. So kind of got lucky. On a daily chart, looking at a daily chart, we have this 2 days ago low at exactly 322.50. So it's a little bit greedy, but let's see if we get there. We might have some greed expecting that. PLTR bounced back from the VWAP. PLTR was an amazing trade at the open, but it turned out to be a butcher shop.
You can still get $1 for 330 calls if you want. Tesla.
And how do we protect each other? Now let's do that. How do we protect? Can we buy calls at how much is that one?
345s.
How much is that one? That's NVIDIA 330 calls. Yeah, I would never sell naked again. Like I am just getting this. I got this. Eventually close at 320, but getting destroyed. Slow. So you can do a spread on it, so you can actually protect yourself.
Yeah, you can do a call spread.
320.
If you feel so inclined.
330. 320. Now 69 cents. You can buy some. It's coming down. You get a stop out on it. Probably going to get a stop out on it. Yeah, I mean, see, not having a big ask at 320, see how he rejected that? It did pop up, but if it was a huge ask at 320, we would have been probably follow through on this. Because there was not a lot of big ask up there. It means that people don't, or market makers or algos don't expect this one to go much higher. So, they have obviously the understanding, okay, I'm getting out of Tesla completely. I'm all out of it. What's NVIDIA up to? NVIDIA is kind
NVIDIA
of
sold off again. Back at Qs are still selling off here. Wow.
Yeah, Qs are Brutal. What's Apple doing? Situation is not fun.
Not fun for the bulls right now. Too much. Unless you're a Tesla bull. Tesla bull.
I was cat video. Tesla. Right, Tesla. Yeah, I think I'm kind of out of Tesla for now. Your 330 calls are dropping significantly.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to trade them. The Amazon's heading lower.
Amazon.
Wow. Damn. Yeah. I should have taken I was thinking I should take a short there because you could just tell it was going to drop there. Big order at 2 now. Qs are in an area where they might bounce.
Mr. Pezim, PLTR looks like it wants to go back up, huh? But it's like, sorry. Phoenix PLTR, it's got 63 calls, huh?
It's got this wall at 63.20-ish that it's struggling to get through.
63 calls or 70 cents. Five calls are not bad. Huh? Right, what do you think about buying some calls on 65?
For the end of the day? Like dailies?
Yeah. They're super cheap. 67 or 65 is like. How's the price action look like it? Worst case scenario, if you buy 100 contracts, worst case scenario, we're gonna lose $13,000. But I think there's a chance for PLTR to go back up, running up. Maybe it's too much, huh? Listen, I think PLTR might pop back up. We'll see. Nvidia is doing nothing. Tesla is boring.
Yeah, Tesla's sort of hanging above the VWAP right now.
I'm actually very proud of my trading today on Tesla. Now that I'm looking at it, I traded like a boss. Stuff, tap on my shoulder.
Qs.
Good job.
Qs and SPYs still selling off here. Wow.
J&J. There you go. That's a vaccine company. See how it goes up like a boss. Why are you sending rumors out into the...
I don't think J&J does vaccines. They do baby powder. Oh, there goes NVIDIA's low of day. Wow.
Didn't J&J have vaccine? Johnson and Johnson
No,
have
I don't.
vaccine, didn't it? I think they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah,
I
they
don't know
do.
if
I remember that
really.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, here, according to some chat rooms, yeah, they did the vaccine.
Okay.
Johnson and Johnson. No, you're gapping up. Why are you sending rumors? No, it's going up. All right, PLTR is going up.
Okay. I stand corrected. They did have a vaccine.
Yeah, you had to Google it, huh? You didn't trust us.
Yeah, I didn't trust you. I didn't ring a bell. Just every time you get offered a vaccine, it's usually Moderna or Pfizer.
Yeah, and it was one shot. I remember that.
Yeah.
I guess PLTR is super funky, and I don't know why I did buy this. Why I did that trade on? I bought some 65 calls. I don't know why I did that. And I think it might pop up, but
Did you, what was the expiry? Next week or
today.
next week? Oh, okay. Because I'm sure their implied volatility is high. How much? What did
It
you?
wasn't
What did
actually
you
a bit like 14 cents. No, it was I paid 14 cents, but it was like very.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's not very much.
No, because the ATR is lower on PLTR. I would have been in the money now. I don't like the order flow on it. Like Paris can talk about the order flow here. He's coming at 10:30. The order flow is just horrible on it. PLTR. Okelo is our oligarch company. Sam Altman.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Wow. The queues just keep leaking. The SPY keeps leaking.
Wow. Qs are at before election. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you guys, reversion to the mean is as certain as gravity. It's going to come back to the mean. Yeah, SPY is also hitting pre-election highs. What happened? Was there any news this gap down? It's kind of weird. Was there any?
Not that I know.
Peter has a cousin, Brent Danelli. I don't know if a lot of you might have actually seen him. He came to New York City 2 years ago, or last year was New York City.
Yeah.
I think last year was New York City. So Brent is actually pretty nice. He's a very, very nice guy. He shared something very interesting about the stock market back in the 80s when Ronald Reagan became president. So obviously he also had to swipe everything. So Republicans came in power. And there was a boost for few months or few weeks in the stocks, really nice. And then it sold off for almost 2 years before the Reagan effect impacts and it goes up. And he was arguing that a lot of these policies and tariffs and tax cuts and everything takes some time to go through system. So they were saying that it doesn't necessarily mean that this time might be different. I agree with you. Nobody really knows, but it's good to read history, but you can't really take action on it. It's good to have that information. This is not the markets of 1980s. These are not companies of 1980s, obviously. But it's good to know history. I've always been fascinated by history because it repeats itself over and over and over. Like the financial market, human civilization is also same thing, fear and greed. It's just when you read it on the longer time frame, the cycles of these empires, has always been this civilization rise and top always. And that doesn't matter where. always inevitable. I think it's just the fear and greed of these decisions that these kingdoms and leaders were making.
Wow. Still selling here. NVIDIA's low of day. AMD's back to pretty close to low of day. We need our prognosticator, Jared. Where's the bottom on the Qs and SPY? Jared knows. He's just not telling us.
Right. So Tesla rolled over completely. NVIDIA is super weak. What do I have? I have no position.
Yeah, everything's are just dropping. even the what is Bitcoin doing right now?
Bitcoin is 88,000.
Oh, is it really? Wow, it lost the 90 handle. No, it did.
It's holding pretty nice though. For a volatile asset like Bitcoin, it's pretty good. All right. So Kathy was on CNBC this morning. What was she talking about?
Oh, she was talking about. I think I didn't watch it very long, but she was talking about Tesla. But the conversation was primarily about Tesla. They were just trying to figure out whether it was fairly valued or not.
Is it fairly valued or no? Because Tesla is now P of has 90. The average of S&P I think is 25.
So and even that's high. 16 to 18 is kind of what people think is normal. Look at Tesla. Tesla's going back to PDC.
Yeah, it's going to go down. So there's a really good question by Mir. Hey, Andrew, since you saw the reject of 320 on Tesla, why didn't you short it? So sometimes you saw weakness, but you don't short it because I just don't have a trade book on it. Having a trade book is super, super important. Like I know, 320 is not popping up, it's weak and, I get out of my position, but am I going to short it? No, because again, if you're not long, it doesn't mean that you have to go short. Sometimes that happens, you feel like it's not going to go up. I'm getting out of it, but I also don't want to short it because having a trade book is important. You have to understand that you don't have to be right all the time. You have to be right only 5% of the time. 95% of the time, you have to say, I don't know. That's how trading is. 99% of the time, what happens to this? I don't know. That's professional trading. I don't know about anything. But you just have to wait until find something that is certain. And finding that means that you should have a trade book on that. I don't have a trade book shorting something at 10 o'clock, a little bit up off the VWAP with a choppy price action. I don't have it. Maybe someone else has it. Maybe Thor has it. Like, what is R4? Is that R4? R4 is even higher. Like I was expecting to go to R4. So between R3, R4 in a choppy day, not super high, not super low, that kind of thing. So I don't have that. I don't have a trade book on that. And it's okay. It's super important that, a lot of people might get frustrated that they don't understand what's happening. And that's okay. You shouldn't understand most of the time what's happening. It's just the nature of the market. It's also like poker. I don't know if you guys play poker. Play poker, even if you don't, on phone and stuff. It's really nice because it's all about, waiting, patience. They said there are 3 Ps: patience, position, and the other one is the pot. I think the amount of money that you have. So patience is super important because most of the hands are garbage, fold until you get that really nice hand. I think it's nice for people to play poker. I mean, there are online and stuff just for the sake of fun of it and see the nature of how poker and trading is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you sell naked credits? Because I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, It's stupid. Like last week trade loss on Tesla is fucking stupid. Like I should know better than this. Losing $30,000 naked calls, eventually closed at 320. I should know better than this. But I'm a degen in heart. Like I'm a gambler in heart. So. Mr. Donnelly, what did you say again this morning, Peter, caused the chaos political? You're not even American, Peter. Why are you making political comments?
I think we're back.
Yes.
I think we're back. I think we're back to the vaccine debate again.
Oh yeah, so much. We didn't get our lesson that this is such a sensitive topic. Like half of the country didn't want to put the mask on, the other half didn't want to remove it. Like I got my lesson. A few times I tried to have comments. You just shut the fuck up. It's such a sensitive thing.
It's just like don't even go there.
Peter, oh, I know. Yeah, I know. It's religion too. Like I used to be a very religious person, and not now. One time in the Uber, I started commenting about religion, and the guy wanted to kill me. And I said, "Oh fuck, man! I totally forgot that the religion is something that people heart in there." And I was just so excited. I just make comment on that, especially for someone like me that has no filter and say something. I found that religion, politics, vaccine, and you gotta really have.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's why we don't want anybody talking about politics in the room, unless it may be directly related to a stock position or a possible trade. Yeah.
What I found is in politics is super complicated. Like everybody sees different things from their own vision. And it's so hard to convince someone in an argument. I've never seen anyone in politics, after arguments, oh yeah, you're right, maybe I should change my mind. I've never seen that. Politics is something that goes deep into the psyche, really it comes from, the culture, background, history and stuff. Like, for example, guns, like when I was like in 2018, I was thinking of having guns is stupid in my opinion. And then I went to Texas and Arizona. Like that was the time that I started traveling and stuff. And then I went to people that they have guns, and I asked these questions about them. That why do you have gun? Why do you think gun is important? And then when they were telling me about how they think about owning a gun, and then realized that okay, so this is an interesting perspective. I realized, like for example, automatic rifles. I always thought that this is stupid having it. And then I was in Texas in Austin in a very nice meetup, and they were saying to me that there are these pigs and hogs that they're destroying the farms, and the government actually pays you to shoot them. I think $100 per hog or something like that. That's part of the population control. And then you can't shoot them without a semi-automatic rifle. You have to have that and it showed me the videos that when you shoot the first one, everybody starts running, and then you have to have the capability of. So it's very interesting that I didn't know that this perspective. Soccer also is.
So we're getting back to trading here. We're getting a bounce here. Amazon's kind of looking like it's trying to find a bottom here. The Qs and SPY look like they're at least bouncing here for the time being. It is true about, once people get a position, they don't want to change it. That's human nature. It's, what was it? Was it Mark Twain or Oscar Wilde said, it's easy to fool someone. It's extremely difficult to convince them that they've been fooled. So, I think it was Twain. It's one of my favorite sayings. And it's so true. Once people have made up their mind, they, even if you show them evidence that they're wrong, they'll still cling to that. No, I know I couldn't have been fooled. I couldn't be wrong. Wow, Amazon just took a major dive. Wow, Holy cow!
I know the situation is not great. I'm trying to look for the next position. However, I want to say something, guys. Like today, this is important. This is trading what? So today I traded Tesla. And look at my screen on 1 minute chart. So this was my first trade. And then I flipped my position short, going back to the question that Mir asked. Why didn't you short? In this particular case, I shorted that because in a 5 minute, I realized that it becoming like an engulfing. So in this particular case, yes, I shorted that. I got out and I flipped my position. But again, going back to that comment is that you're not always flipping your position. Sometimes you get out because you just don't want to be in there. But in this particular case, there was another pattern emerging, which I actually marked in my screen. So this is a 5 minute bearish engulfing, and I flipped it to the short. And it was a quick trade. And as you see, I got to stop that really fast. The next trade, I went long, I added once, twice, 3 times the entry, and then 1 add, 2 add, 3 add, 4 add on it. So I am practicing on my ads. And this was not a really great ad here, especially the last 2. One person who has really good into ads when I noticed is one of them is Thor and one of them is Paris. Paris is really good in adding into his position. So today, actually, he wants to come and talk about it now, as a matter of fact. Talk about how to add to your position. And this is one of the things that can make a huge impact on your trading profit. I suck at it. That's why Paris wants to talk. If you saw his screenshots when he's sharing his trades, it's amazing. Paris, are you on?
He's still signing in. We're still waiting.
He's still signing.
I think he's.
So yeah,
I think he's doing his hair.
That's always the case.
Paris will never. Yeah, because Paris will never come on without checking his hair.
Yeah, that's a great quote, Crystal, from Mark Twain.
Seem to be getting a bit of a bottoming action.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Hear you. Welcome, Mr. Yeah, your hair looks good.
It's Helicopter Man. His Helicopter Man.
Is that where are you? Is that you're in Florida? Is it the hot?
No, I'm in Virginia.
Virginia, yeah. Is it hot? It shouldn't be hot.
It's cold. It's actually cold.
Cold, yeah. All right. So, what do you have for us, Mr. Paris? Wait a minute, Paris. You are in YouTube as well, so I don't think you should talk into the chat room. So you should just walk through the live stream, yeah, because that's what makes the echo. So you just talk to Linux. Yeah, we can hear you. Brent is broadcasting you into the chat room and YouTube.
Okay, perfect. Can I share my screen too, or
yes, you can.
Is that too much?
You can. Yeah, she can share it in the screen. And I don't know, Brent, you want to get his feed for YouTube?
Yep, we're live on YouTube. Paris, you should see, if you open up the document, it will show you how to share your screen that I sent you.
Brent, your internet is really good. Did you upgrade, or you're still working, or you changed the coffee shop?
I did nothing. I don't know what happened yesterday. I have no idea. So I'm still
upgrade, man. Japan has the best internet in the world. Don't be cheap. I'll pay for your internet. Don't be cheap.
I'll send the bill.
He went to the pet store.
No, I have the highest internet I can have here.
Hamsters.
So I don't know what happened.
working from a coffee shop. Of course, it's like, what is it? It's like 12 o'clock at night. Like Japan is a very live city. Like I'm sure in Tokyo there's so much activity going on. And
Weirdly, the
brand
trains
new
do
for
stop
Japan.
around midnight. So if you're
Yeah,
stuck
that's true.
downtown after drinking, you got to stay there. A lot of people just sleep in the streets or just do karaoke all night.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
true.
But is there one there?
Yeah,
There should be.
yeah. The trains. No, the trains stop at midnight. So, and if you could take a taxi, but some of these people live way, way out.
Okay, Paris, we got your screen.
All right, we got
Okay,
you
perfect.
live. Tesla
So yeah, I
Trade.
want.
See, I was talking about your ads on Tesla Trade. Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I traded short on the long side on both sides today on Tesla. But the key thing that I want to talk about is, adding to a position is actually a skill. It's just not. You have to understand the price action. You have to understand the right area of it. One of the big advantages of the price action, so the adding, is you can maximize your existing profits or profits on the existing trade. But the disadvantage of adding to the position is messes up your average. So you have to be very, very careful in adding to your position, but it is very rewarding once you learn the art of adding to a specific position. Like in today's trade, it's not a great example, but if you look at my this trade, when the stock turns right in your favor, then is what is the area of you adding? There are two ways that you can identify. One is the price action. One is the price action where for this was the high, this was the low, and once it breaks out of the high, the the most basic thing of a price action standpoint is it comes and retest the resistance, comes the support. So one of the very basic idea of adding at a good area is understanding where the breakout happens and where you can add back at your retest areas. So that's one case, but it's not always always it does accurately, as you can see in this Tesla trade where I added right here. I think I added more and added more, and this was the area. But sometimes what happens is it would dip below it and then bounce and then starts holding and then goes higher. And that's where you have to understand that how do you pinpoint to your positions when things like these, like this area, there's no reason for me to like from a price action standpoint, I cannot tell if I should be adding here. But the reason I added here because I saw the buyers holding and stepping up. And when I see a buyers holding and stepping up, I definitely want to go aggressive for the breakout of a new high of the day. And this would have easily gone to 323, 324, but it didn't. And it popped up and again it sold off. 320 was a seller. It then completely changed back to the below the important support area that it was trying to hold. When things like do change like that, the basic thing you want to do is just get a stop out. There's nothing wrong with getting stopped out at break even, and this is where your break even, the ads, the number of size that you want to take at these areas, you should not go aggressive enough that it messes up your average, because you always want to think about where are you wrong on the trade. And my question was, when I'm long here, I am wrong on the trade if it breaks this support area and closes below this. And if it does that, I'm wrong on the trade. There's no reason for me to be holding that trade on this. And so my ads, this ad would be more aggressive than these three ads, because if I go aggressive on these ads, it would mess up my average. So I would always go aggressive at these ads, which is very close to my price and very close to my stop loss areas. But I will go smaller size when I am a little away from the area that I'm thinking that I might get stopped out. And this area was 346, 316.52 was the area I was thinking I'll get stopped out. But now when the character of a stock changes like this, like you see this, the volume changed and everything, then the next best thing is I was short biased on a stock. I was not long biased on a stock. And the only thing was that I'm going to trade these two levels, where I'm going to trade these two levels. I'm going to short below 311, I'm going to long above 313.16. That was the levels. But now there is more level that were formed, which was 316.52, which was during the day's time. And if that happens, I'm going to use that to my advantage. And if the character of a stock changes and my bias was on the short side, let me see and then take a short on the downside. I was thinking if it would go to the low of the day, and I still think Tesla has a 300 place in it, and Tesla has a chance to go to 300. And that's why I shorted it. It did drop. And now what is the good area for a pullback? This pullback below the VWAP were the areas of me trying to add to the position. Now, even though my ad is there, if this works out, that would give me a very high risk reward. But even though it doesn't, I'm adding very aggressively close to the VWAP. And if it closes, my stop loss, I'm always thinking, where is my technical stop loss? My stop loss is if the candle closes above the VWAP, and if it holds that above the VWAP, that's my stop out. And that's where it was exactly at the break even area. So you're always like, people who go short, go for long, or look for the break of low of the day and have a direct target. In these cases, you will literally stop out either at break even or not make any money. But even though this trade did not work out for me, I still made money on it, because I was able to scale out and scale back in when it was in my position, and got stopped out at break even at a technical stop out. And that's the beauty of getting in, scaling out, and adding back in, and keeping that market cycle in place and intact to your advantage, and riding the entire wave out of it, keeping that core position in intact. And that's the beauty of adding to the position, and scaling out, and keeping your register ringing on a daily basis. And one more example that I want to take for today is the yesterday's. I think Andrew also included that in his newsletter. Is yesterday's was Nvidia chart, where Andrew also took that position, and this is where you scale out, load back in at these areas of the beauty of ads at these areas. I would give 100%, of course, on the price action as well as on the tape, because I could have easily added here, I could have easily added here, I could have easily, because this was the opening price, I should have added here. But why did I go add here, and why did I kept adding these spaces? Because I was able to see buyers on the tape. You want to see those buyers, and it's not just a luck that I'm always finding the literally the areas where it starts breaking out from. It's just not it's just not a luck thing that happens. You want to see something in front of you to be able to capitalize on your ads, and then the stock immediately moves in your favor when you do that. And that's so price action is one thing that you would understand the area, but tape is the one that will help you add to your position at the right entries. And if you add at the right entries, that's what it would give you an edge, because it would save you from messing up your average, and you should be able to ride the whole entire move of the stock, or rather we call it as a meat of the move. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to talk about. And it's a skill you want to develop over time, and you want to understand what are the right areas that you want to get in, what is the right buyers that I see, how much size do you want to take. It's a skill, it takes effort, but once you overall able to do it, even though you on a losing trade, you will still make money. And that's the beauty of it, like we
Nice.
did today on Tesla.
Paris,
Yeah.
this is what I found. Generally, I think it's, as an educator, I'm telling this to everybody that do not add to your losing position. Never. Like,
True.
just close your eye and then put this mantra on your head that you add only to your winning trades, like when the trade goes into your direction. I think it's very important for people to have this religious rule, like as much, just like your life depends on that. However, I see that sometimes you add when the price goes in the pullback. I've seen it. Am I right? Or if it is,
Yeah.
how often you do that?
So very rarely I do that, but sometimes what I start with is, sometimes I nibble on a position. I'm not sure, 100% sure. So there is a difference between averaging in and scaling in. So Averaging in means you had a stop loss, it dropped your stop loss, and then you're still trying to come to your average point. But scaling in is that when you get in, like for example, here, and you have a plan that, okay, if it comes back here, maybe 313 area, and if I still see buyers, I would scale into the position. And you start nibbling, you're not sure about the stock, you think it's going to go long, but you are not that sure. You nibble around, but when you get a confirmation, then you scale into the position, and you still have a technical stop loss in mind. And I would still get stopped out, but I would scale into the position if it drips a little bit, but would not let it go against me by a lot.
Yeah, that's very important, guys. Remember that. I mean, as honestly, I say, as a new trader, forget about this. Like, this is, you got to be very confident in your decision making, very confident in your gambling attitude or mentality to do this. Overall, I think traders are better to have this religious rule that never add into a trade when it goes into your, against your direction. Let's get some questions from you. So, how do you? Someone, Ivan, in the chat room is asking, how do you see buyers on the tape? Are you looking for big bids on level 2? Can you show examples? So, Ivan, I make a comment first before handing it over to Paris. Is so the level 2, I think the level 2 and the tape are a little bit different. The time and sells, some people call time and sells tape. And tape reading is essentially what is coming into the time and sells. Level 2 is a little bit different. There are two different ways of reading. Paris has a course of how to read actually the tape completely. And I've seen only great comments about that. So, like, I've never seen anyone who says, oh, it wasn't worth my time or my money. Just you find one, thing from it, and one trade actually makes what you read on that. But it's for, if you want to know about level 2, I think we have a lot of videos. If you search on YouTube about level 2 variable traders, day trading, there's a lot of videos with live examples that I will recorded doing live trading in there. And if you want to know about the tape, always check out Paris course. I think we're going to have also a really good discount on for the Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Paris, hand it over for you to that question.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way we call it as a tape is a combination of time and sales and level 2. Time and sales are the real transactions that are going through where a buyer is meeting a seller. And level 2 is the order book where the orders are actually waiting in the queue to be filled. They're not filled yet. So there is multiple ways you can identify. So first of all, time and sales does not lie. Time and sales will be the real execution. They are the people who have buyers have met a seller. Level 2, there is a chance that there is a spoofing involved. There is people are trying to just bid the orders just to manipulate the prices. But majority of the times, level 2 will still hold some reality towards it, that if the price you show a big buyers or a big seller, you would still see those the price move to those buyers or sellers. But identifying a buyer is, you see these the prints that you see in front of you. They're white prints, they're red prints, they're blue prints, they're green prints. There are, the way that transactions happens on the time and sales tells you a lot of information, that if the buyer is stepping up or if the seller is stepping down. And if I see, like for example, if I see all the red prints and they all keeps decrementing, that means that the sellers are actually taking over. They're hitting the bids. But just mind you that red prints do not just mean sell. If I see a red in color, doesn't mean it's a sell. You have to understand the perspective that it could just be a patient buyer who is just waiting for the bids to be, it's holding the bids and trying to step up. So greens do not mean a buy. So you have to say the multiple concepts that you want to understand to get an idea to identify with certainty if that the buyers are trying to buy or the sellers are trying to sell. So there are a lot of concepts involved, and I absolutely check it out. If you are a part of the BBT, check out the education center to get an idea what tape is. And if you are a part of, if you from YouTube, if you want to check out the course, go to Trading Terminal and look for the Reading the Tape course. It's a 15-16 hour course that you want to check that out. It's a whole different concepts with real-time examples on how you can apply both the time and sales and the level 2 concepts.
Yeah, it's a pretty good course. I know you spent a lot of time on it, and it's the most comprehensive course on reading the tape. I know SMB Capital has one, and I've seen it a few other places, but yours is in a different level. And the good thing about you is you keep updating it, and
Yeah.
on the Sunday mentorship sessions is also recorded. We post it on Trading Terminal, so constantly materials are being added in that. So I highly recommend to people. I don't want to push you toward buying it, but I highly recommend doing it. I wish I had the course. If it was my course, I would have given it for free for everybody. Like, I'm not really thing, but Paris has spent a lot of time and energy on it, and it's not only just a bunch of videos. It comes with the mentorship, comes with the support, comes through that, and that's how trading is. You don't learn by just watching a bunch of videos. You learn by practicing it properly. Any other question? Let me see. Question for Paris. Anything about tape reading? Anything about life in general? Paris, what did you notice specifically? So so Ivan is asking another question. What did you notice on the tape when you added on Tesla? It's a good question.
So what I noticed was, in this particular case, the first ad that I saw was actually a Hellbit scenario, but in this case there was no people who do not understand Hellbit is basically when the buyers are trying to hold on the red prints. But on this particular case, when I got aggressive, I saw a white print confirmation. There were all of white prints just processing with a very good volume in this case, and then immediately it literally popped like $2.50 in a matter of seconds. And when white prints are trying to get in, that means the institutions are trying to transact, or the algorithms are trying to transact between the bid and the ask. So once I get that confirmation, that's usually an indication that the price is going to go higher, and it was a very good chance that it goes higher. But however, you also want to understand the psychology of the market. Let us say a buyer wants to buy and move the price of a stock of a Tesla to 325, but let us say he has 5 million shares. He would be very aggressive in moving the price very quickly because he wants to just get the order filled. But let us imagine that this buyer doesn't have a 5 million shares, he has 100 million shares, and within 100 million shares that he needs to transact, he can actually manipulate the price. He doesn't have to go straight up. He can actually bring the price down, trap a lot of sellers, trap a lot of buyers, then starts moving up, and then he can continue, and then eventually he'll reach the 325. So you want to the psychology of the market participant plays a very important role. You want to understand that the transactor, or even the institution who's transacting, how big that institution is, or how big of an order that is he processing. If it's really big, you can imagine transactions to be more choppy, because he can control the float of the way the transactions are happening. He can trap a lot of people. He can start selling off, get a better price, then stay back up. And that's where you can identify the buyers has a much bigger order to fill, and eventually a later part of the day he would be aggressive, and then go to that 325 level, or whatever that level is, at a later part of the day. But at the open, it would try to trap here and there. But on the other side, if it's a small size, they would be aggressive. They would be done in the first first half an hour, 1 hour. Usually that's what you see in the first half an hour, 1 hour. There are institutions who want to fill the orders, and they just the breakouts happen, and they continue going higher or lower. So in this case, it seems like today there is a big order to be filled, and they were here to trap a lot of people, and then they'll eventually go higher. And that's how the market psychology works. You always want to see how aggressive they are, and that's what tape tells you, to be honest. Like with the white prints, the transactions and all of that, it tells you. But you still want to manage your risk. So you are supposed to manage your risk. You cannot just blindly believe that this is going to happen and then wait for the entire stock or position to hold. You have to get out, get back in later when the opportunity arises again.
I like that. That's amazing. What else? Any more questions? Yeah, PLTR calls. I'm looking at it. I bought the 65 out of the money calls, and it's now blowing up. I got out of it with a loss. So let me ask you questions. Anything in the chat room? I like that. AGC, would you mind sharing how you both grew your trading account so quickly? Is it based on mainly day trading or swing or both? I don't know about Paris' account. I don't know even about his share size and stuff. But for me, uh, pandemic was the time that I really made a lot of money on that. And CCL, United Airlines, UAL, American Airlines. These are the ones I made most of my money in the travel sector in pandemic. And in that time, I even wasn't trading QQQ and stuff. I didn't know about that. Like, it's just, I didn't know about how crazy TQQ and stuff can be in that. That's how it is. Then my account got bigger. Now I'm holding this big VOO position, which is the S&P 500. So I'm collecting about $100,000 just dividend from it, like every year. And then with the excess margin that I have, I day trade on that. So my account is like right now is 7.785, and then my buying power is about $22 million. So you can trade on the excess margin that intraday Interactive Brokers is giving it to you. So you don't even need money. So that's what go. Paris, what do you think? How do you answer to that question? How's your account
Yeah,
doing?
so one of the things that I do recommend, that master at one thing first. If you like day trading, if you like, master at, do not step into, I want to option trade, I want to income trade, I want to get into multiple things at the same time. It's just going to lead to like failure in all of them. So master at one thing first, create a consistent generation of a revenue at one thing, and then expand your horizon. The finance industry is big, the stock market is big, you can get into futures, you can get into options, you can get into crypto, whatever you like. But have one source of plays where you're confident that you can consistently make money if the other things go wrong. So for me it was a momentum day trading, and of course I lost money for initial 3 years. But after that 3 years of regressive learning and all of that, I started making, then my growth was exponential. That's when it's incorporating tape into the picture and everything. So still my bread and butter of trading or revenue generation is through day trading, on a day, like these momentum tape trading and day trading on a daily basis. I still have different areas that I trade, which is through income trading through options, and I have just to generate consistent income, and of course on the investment side. But majority of my profits come through day trading. But I
Yeah.
highly recommend mastering one thing first, and then increasing your horizon.
It's good. That's a good point. This is very important, guys. The options trading, you got to know the basics of trading first. If you want to, especially do the day trading options, you got to know the price action, because these are derivatives. The real price action is happening on the stocks, and the stocks are kind of the basic elements of trading. Even in the finance, it's just rock bottom. The equity traders are the rock bottom. As you get more sophisticated into the world of professional trading, they go into the options and bonds and swaps, and it gets crazier and crazier that I don't know what it is. But the basic is this one. If you can't read the price action of a Moderna or Nvidia or Tesla intraday, how do you want to day trade options on that? Because that's at one level of sophistication. Now risk management is important, the selection of the strike price and everything. Now you have another element of time decay in there. So Brand is
But
asking a
yeah,
very
and
good question. Sorry, just I'm saying that one. I give it to you. How do you get through the slump when you feel like you suck at this and frustrated? Um, what do you think about that and previous comments?
yeah, and there will be a lot of times where you would feel that I suck at it, and especially on the losing days when you mess up on your psychology is not good, and you blow up your account and all of that. Especially on those days where you think that you suck at it, but you want to give, like, you want to ask yourself, how badly do you need it? If it's If it's bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. If it's not bad enough, you'll find a reason to quit it. So uh, but ask yourself on how badly do you want it, and you'll find a way.
I wanted this so
Yeah.
bad. The lifestyle
Yeah.
that I'm having was my dream, and I want it now. I don't want to be, 75-year-old and have all the money and stuff. I want it now. I wanted to climb. I wanted to travel. I wanted to do this, but however, I got lucky. The luck was a very big element of my life. You always have to have a very, really good expectation about what you want to achieve it, when do you want to achieve it, and sometimes you got to stop it, because that's the definition of insanity. If you keep doing over and over and over, and then you don't get the result, then you don't evaluate yourself. Always
So
have
one of the things
someone.
that I did,
Yeah.
sorry. So one of the things,
Go,
Andrew,
Pat.
so one of the things that really worked for me is I was in a full-time job. I was still in the software industry, and I was losing money year over year. First year lost, second year lost, third year lost. And then I came up with a thing that I loved stock market and day trading, so like this stock market so much that I come to a consensus that uh, on my deathbed, if I ask myself that this is something that I really wanted, and if I quit right now, I've not been profitable for 3 years. If I quit right now on my deathbed, what question would I be asking? And the thing is, had I tried 5 years, had I tried 6 years, I would have still be a happier person. And one of the things that I come to a consensus was that even though I do for the rest 50 or 60 years, and if I lose for the and for all of those 50, 60 years, I'm still okay with it. At least I did what I loved. And I had a specific dollar amount allocated from my job, and job was paying very well, so I was putting 20, 30,000 that I can easily lose without impacting my day-to-day bills payment or anything. So I had that consensus that okay, I'm okay with this, even though if I lose 50, 60 years. But and that's what kept me going. It's like I'm okay with it now. I don't have a pressure to perform. I'm able to think it in a more a more practical manner of what are the things that I can do to get better. And then eventually fourth year and fifth year, it just now it's a history that I was able to quit the job and everything, and now trade full time and make trade with a big account. And that's how you want to ask yourself, how badly do you want it, and are you okay? Like what is gonna make you happy? Even it's okay. I was still happy. I was still able to trade even though I was losing money. And you have to come up with that thing, that what makes you happy, and if that makes you happy, go for it.
Also, people are in a different stage of life. That's also very important to understand that. Like I mentioned that multiple times. Like Paris is pretty young. I don't think you have kids. I'm also, when I started trading, I was pretty young and very supportive ex-wife, and everything is in there. People are different stage of life. Because a lot of people in our family, in our community, they have families and kids and stuff. So you don't compare yourself with other people. You always have to look where you are and what is best decision for you. Like I've seen people that they want to learn, and but just they can't lose money because that's the money for their family. Like Ed is my buddy in London. I had a meeting with him one time a few years ago, and he asked me this question: that this is my family money, but I just can't go through the losses. And how do I, fix this dilemma between me that I have to take losses and risk for the benefit of my family? It's a valid question. One way of doing it is that going to this funded account that we have. Majority of you are going to lose money, but that's okay, because I like you to go and lose in this funded account rather than go and open up account with CMEG or Interactive Brokers or TD and lose money there. Because if you can't pass this one, how do you expect that in a live account you do better? And I think it's a very, very good program that we define. It's probably the best program that we launched this year. Is this $50,000 funded account? Maybe I introduce another bigger one to $100,000 or $200,000, just to walk you through how the real trading under simulated conditions, like real fear and greed and anxiety and everything in there. So I think one way of doing it is, if you want to go through that, go through this funded account, go through it multiple times. And if you can't make money, maybe trading is not for you. I know everybody wants the lifestyle, but maybe it's not for you. Like, it's not for everybody. This environment is not for everybody. It's very dangerous environment, and not everybody should and would be a trader.
I agree 100%. It's about sometimes you want to take a call that maybe it's not the right thing for you.
Any other question from Mr. Paris? I'm 41. Paris, I think, is much younger. Paris, you're not even 30, huh?
No. I'm 35.
Oh, you're 35. Oh, I didn't. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
for some reason I thought you were significantly younger.
It's that gorgeous hair.
I know. Yeah, it's really.
Paris, you can come back on camera if you want.
Trading? Paris, when did
am I
you
not on camera?
start trading? And Paris, you have a very good picture, a very old picture that you have. Let me, if I can find it. Paris is sending me a picture back, I think it's 2016 or 17, with his family. Let me see if I can find him. It's a very nice picture. I love to find that, show it with people. That's one of the pictures that Paris has. Let me find him. He's been trading for quite some time with us.
Yeah. Back it was back in when it was Vancouver Traders.
Yeah, I know. I think Paris, maybe that picture is on the website. There's a very, very nice picture. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. Any other question, guys, for Paris?
Am I not on camera?
We're still seeing your screen.
Not in the chats. No. So maybe you can open your camera.
The same button you press to share your screen in vMix, just press that again, and it'll switch back to your camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to. My camera is on, so I don't know why it's not showing up.
No, you just gotta switch back from your screen to your camera.
Oh, yeah, I found the picture.
Really?
I found the picture of the Paris with his old family. And Brent, I'm sending it to you. If you can share it, that would be super nice. It's one of the pictures.
So yeah,
Brent.
Andrew, hold on to that for a little bit.
On the picture? Okay, so don't share it, Brent.
Okay. I won't share it.
I don't know what to do there. Yeah, I'm sure. Sorry, family. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so, oh shit, it's 11:07. Paris, you're still freezing your webcam. Any other question before we wrap it up? Thor wants to come and say, "Hey, boss." ELTR is going like great. ELTR.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my camera is working. For some reason, it's not portraying.
It's okay. It's 11.
Yeah,
it's 11 anyway. So, guys, thank you so much, and all the best. Thanks for YouTube, guys. Thanks for your support. Thanks for liking. Thanks for bearing with us sometimes in the technological challenges. We are just a bunch of degens trading. We're not really like Bloomberg or professional TVs. And I love that. Like, I'm in underwear, like trading. I love that. That's who we are. Real traders in their underwears. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And see you on YouTube. And goodbye.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.